This time on the 411, Whitney Houston, marijuana, and Mexico. We start off the show this week with this. Whitney Houston was the most Googled person in 2012. In a bit of irony, Korean rapper Psy, who now boasts the most viewed video in the history of the internet, lost out to a dead person as Google's most searched name of the year. The Uber search engine revealed in its annual Zeitgeist report that the late music icon, Whitney Houston, was the top trending search in 2012. Web trollers inquired about Houston's pre-Grammy Awards bathtub drowning in February. Superstorm Sandy came in third, and to the former presidential nominee's glee, the term Santorum didn't even rank in the top 10. Speaking of hating Google, Apple, who recently ousted Google Maps from its iOS 6 operating system with the release of the iPhone 5 and has subsequently been hit with a bevy of criticism over its own Apple Maps app, now has to contend with Google Maps being backdoored onto the iPhone through a new Google Maps app. Yikes. The new app is reportedly an all-new and much better version of the Map in Your Palm mobile tool that now gives a turn-by-turn navigation to millions and happily gives Apple the digital middle finger, while giving perfect directions to Google F themselves. To which Apple replied with their quarterly earnings report and Google shut up. This just in. Now a fourth person has come forward accusing Elmo puppeteer Kevin Clash of engaging in sex with him as a minor, suggesting the popular puppeteer flew him to New York City and had sex with him while he was underage. Oh, this is getting bad. You know, my granny always says, when there's smoke, there's fire. You know, she also said presciently, I would say, if there's a naked boy around, Kevin Clash isn't far behind. Wise words, Granny. Wise words. Next up, giving a whole new meaning to the phrase shooting dope, Mexican smugglers are reportedly resorting to creative ways to get their drugs stateside, using pneumatic cannons to catapult their dope into the country across the U.S. border. U.S. Border Patrol agents say they believe the cannons were used to launch dozens of containers packed with 85 pounds of marijuana-filled soup cans over the border and 500 feet into Arizona on Friday. When the border agents turned in the 65 pounds of pot, they suspiciously asked for the day off to rent movies and purchase copious amounts of Hostess products from neighboring Texas. In a related story, incoming Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto says he will direct his government to continue fighting drug production and trafficking, including marijuana, vowing to make cocaína the national drug. Bold move, El Presidente, bold move. He reportedly took the stage to thousands of adoring fans with trumpets blaring, fireworks going off, and pneumatic cannons blasting soup cans far off into the night sky. Odd. Speaking of crazy, Michigan recently passes House Bill 5711, which launched a wave of protests across the Wolverine state. What is HB 5711, you ask? Well, let me tell you. It's a stringent abortion bill that makes it even more difficult for women to get abortions in the state. It limits abortion access for women in rural areas, imposes guidelines for disposing of fetal remains in the same way that the state disposes of dead bodies, and it also requires that doctors prove that the patients haven't been tricked into having the procedure, much like they were tricked into thinking they had a rational state senate that wouldn't pass aggressive abortion and anti-union laws during a lame duck session of the Senate. Just saying. In other state-related news, due to smoking rates, obesity, and lack of exercise, Mississippi and Louisiana finished first in this year as the unhealthiest state in America. Does anyone find this shocking at all? I mean, isn't the state bird of Mississippi the whooping cough crane? And Louisiana, isn't it the herpes warbler? Actually, I'm not sure about the bird being a herpes warbler. I don't think there is one. I could be wrong. You know, when you're done Googling Psy and Whitney Houston, hit me on Facebook, and with the right answer, let me know. The report illustrates the vast chasm between the most and least healthiest states in America, finding that the 5 least healthiest states are 46 South Carolina, 47 West Virginia, 48 Arkansas, 49 Mississippi, and Louisiana as a tie. They have the highest numbers of smoking and sedentary lifestyle rates. Arizona placed much higher than in previous years due to a cadre of Border Patrol agents who reportedly cashed out their vacation and sick time to chill out and watch a little tube. And that's all for this week on the 411. Click around loop21.com for more on these and other stories, Facebook and Twitters. I'll see you next week. This is the 411, and I'm Matt Simon.